Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Jeremy Alexander Newsom with reallifetrading.com. Let's talk about the markets today. So here's the SPY, and the SPY had a really nice little gap down today. However, definitely a fadeable gap. That is because of all of the bearish candles in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4 bearish candles in a row. So this gap down today all day long was looking at only bullish trades on the SPY. And you had some really good opportunities. Shout out to my boys Scott McKay and Michael Davidoff who played SPY bullish, mostly based on this candle right here. It wasn't a huge move, but here's your lower shadow bullish candle. That was a perfect trap. Here's your exponential moving averages and really exceptional location, right? Glorious breakdown below that price, and that's where all the traps are getting placed. So entry here, stop loss there, peel off some there for an R, exit the rest over here for a gain. So that was nice. And then just a few moments ago, I mean, you got a great rally as SPY came back down to the low of the day, right? So it came back down to that support and then posted a nice little bullish candle. There's your trap, right? Very similar candle as this one. Nice lower shadow bullish candle and entry right above there. Stop down here somewhere. And again, that would have been another truly wonderful trade. So that's what we got. And that was the SPY. So realistically, I mean, if you're playing it, you obviously played it bullish today. And this particular collar was perfectly well timed. So we got into that collar back over here on the markets. So buying back this covered call, it's inside this bear put spread right now, which expires in April. And my plan is just to hold on to that for a little bit longer because I think that the SPY realistically could do this. We trade a little bit higher and then roll back down to the 50. I think that's entirely plausible from here. Let's talk about the trades that I placed today. Here's Amazon, AMZN, and this one was very pretty. So you had 3 big bearish candles in a row, and then the stock gapped down. And again, the SPY and the Amazon was down like 1.5% at open today. So your thoughts are, I mean, how much worse is it really going to get? So you're most likely looking for bullish trades. Here's the 3-minute chart on Amazon, and there's a lot of traders that play this. In fact, I'll just bring it up over here. For all those in the morning room and those who subscribe to the Real Life Trading channels, this is the one that we posted, that I posted, let's see, scrolling up, right here, 8:40 a.m. Central Time. So that's 9:40 Eastern. There it is, Amazon 3-minute chart, bullish entry, 1594.88 by 1586.15. I want to break some boundaries right now for some traders because a lot of you might think that because Amazon's so expensive, oh, Newsom's a millionaire if he's trading this. Not necessarily. You don't have to have that much money on the line to trade Amazon if your R is adequate. So I mean, again, let's just go through some really quick math, right? 1594.88 minus, go back over here, 88 minus 1586.15. And what we're going to do, that's how you calculate your R, right? So that's your stop value. And whatever your R is, that's 8.73. So let's say you have a $500 risk unit divided by 8.73, and you're going to be getting 57 shares. So 57 shares times obviously the price that you're buying the position at, which was down here, 15 and some change. So 1594.88, 1594.88. Again, this is with a $500 risk unit. You're spending $91,000. Now again, if you have a $500 risk unit, that means you might have a $50,000 account. And if you have a $50,000 account, you have at least, when you're day trading, 1 for 2 margin, but most likely have 1 for 4. So if you have a $50,000 account, you actually have $200,000 of buying power. So that easily is achievable for the day trade. So just letting you all know, I mean, a lot of people think, oh man, you got to have millions of dollars to trade Amazon. Not necessarily, right? It just depends on how you set it up. That was a great trade on Amazon, able to lock in a nice, healthy R on that. And to top it off, got into this bull put spread for 30 cents. This was a 15.55, 15.52.50 bull put spread. I wrote 30 cents. It should be 0.5. That was a half. So that was the spread for today. And again, that's the one I was posting pretty much all morning. That, where was I talking? Okay, so there's Jerry. So I'm looking hard for the bull put spread premium on Amazon. And there it is, 15.55, 15.52.50 for Amazon. So Amazon, nice little payday out there on the market. I did play Square, and shout outs to Robert Falco, who helped me with this one. For some reason, very early this morning, I did not notice that we were gapping right down to the 200. I'm not entirely sure how I missed that, but I did actually go bearish on Square pretty much right at open, because I thought that Square might drop a little bit more, and just a perfect trap. I mean, today was such a good trap out there in the market. This was an amazing bullish trade. Had no business shorting this. I was an absolute just buffoon. But here was the support. So this was a pre-market support. Actually got filled right there, and once I realized I was a giant turtle, I exited the trade. Pretty much we just went flat, just flattened it. Didn't even look at the bid ask, didn't look at anything, just got out. And the stop was right here. So that actually wasn't a bad trade, right around 0.2 Rs on that particular little move. And then for the bullish trade, I mean, that was just an immaculate long opportunity. I mean, that is such a gorgeous, gorgeous move. I mean, within, how long is that? 6 minutes, you're breaking above Morningstar, getting above the 5-minute, bearish candle high, closing above, retesting, just all the right things on Square to go long. Here's one other trade that we did this one together in the morning day trading room when I took the microphone, was shorting OKTA. Once it formed this double top right there, boom, 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 broke the double top, we shorted on the pullback, and we took the small gain on OKTA. Wasn't a massive mover. Obviously, my goal was for this one to come down to like here or something. Definitely didn't do that, but no one who took that trade lost, and that is always a little bit of a bonus. One other thing I want to bring up, I'm just so excited, thrilled, and elated for how well so many of you are taking our monthly challenge for March. We did another one, ladies and gentlemen. That is so gratuitously generous of each and every one of you. Miss Campbell's pre-K to 2nd grade school in Fernandina Beach. They needed a certain amount of money, and we helped match it. We impacted and enriched lives, and just want to say to everyone who gave, all the real life traders, thank you so much. That means the world to both me and, of course, the children and the teachers and even the parents who are going to be impacted by your love and generosity. Which means we got ourselves another one. So we've done already Monday, and then we had Wednesday. We've paid off 2 of these. Here's the most recent one, and this one's a little bit bigger. So they actually need $344, but here's what's really great about this one in particular. This is a Panama City one, and what's great about this one is if I've actually read through it a little bit, and I'm trying to find where this will be. Give me 1 second. Trying to remember where this was mentioned. I think it was down here, maybe. I forget where it is right now, but somewhere. Oh yes, there it is. I see it now. All donations are currently tripled, so you can complete this project for $115. I can't find out where on this page right now, but they have another sponsor, a big company. Forget the name of the company, but they're matching all donations. So yes, this particular school needs $884 total for their goal, but this big company is going to be matching all of their donations, any donations given. So we, as real life traders, we could do this for $115. Let me click on this and just see what that is. Receives a $220 match from Mortgage Family Foundation. Got it. Okay, so that is the foundation that's matching at 3x. So ladies and gentlemen, we can fully get this one. We have a whole weekend to enrich the lives of these students and classrooms in Panama City, Florida, the Oakland Terrace Elementary School. More than 3/4 of the students from low-income households. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go enrich the lives of these children, the parents, and the kids in this community. I am all jazzed up about that. We have 5 other stocks that were requested. Let's go look at this. Here's Tailored Brands, TLRD, and Tailored Brands. This is the daily chart on this one, and the big question for a lot of you is, when is it going to stop going down? Here's the weekly chart, and I do not know the answer to that. This is trading into a support. So if you really zoom out, I mean, this is the same support level general area that we've been, bounced around since 2016. Here's the daily time frame on Tailored Brands, and there's a few traders looking at going long on TLRD. It did have a decent gap the other day, but has filled that gap. So the only way to play this one is one of 2 ways. You're either doing it really aggressively or more or less pretty long term. Here's my thought. I mean, it does offer good risk reward. So if you're going to buy Tailored Brands, I think 1167, which is just right above the high of these candles. 1167, 1166 by like 1120. So that way you could most likely increase that stop so you don't lose a full R. So that would be the kind of the aggressive play, and the other trade would be like a long term. You're just picking up a few shares down here and holding for a year or two, and at every 3 or 4 months maybe buying some more shares to see if it bounces, because it does still pay dividends. And yeah, it is in the accumulation phase. So granted, it did trade from $12, $32 before, and it could happen again. Certainly not saying it's not. If you like Tailored Brands, if you like their clothing, if you like some of their subsidiaries, then feel free to check out TLRD for long-term or short-term. A lot of traders ask about this one, ALT. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I could probably have an entire class on this, and probably will soon, but all I can say is don't fall for the hype. Get in and get out very quickly. If you're taking something like this based on these reverse split, low float, weird gap, high volatility, insane moving type of companies, just be very, very careful when you trade these. Don't go all in. Don't risk more than you can lose. In fact, you should risk a very small amount. ALT did have a decent little gap yesterday. It was a retest gap and has automatically already gotten filled. I'm not saying it can't go higher, and I'm certainly not saying it won't, but if you're playing something like this, just be really careful. Have your risk in place. Have your targets. Don't hold on too long. Make a little bit if you're going to play it. Get back out. If it breaks above 303, I mean, you can have a 303 by 243 stop loss, about 60 cents of risk. It's not bad on a $2 stock. But realistically, from here, I think that's probably been it. That was a flash in the pan, and I think it's going to go a little bit lower. A lot of pot stocks people are looking at. CGC, Canopy Growth, got 2 traders, Diane and Victor, both in an option sale. And Victor's expires in April, Diane's expires in June. And I think Seek is also in a bull put spread on Canopy Growth. What's cool about this one is it does appear that it's in a triangle. So higher lows and lower highs. And that to me just means it most likely will chop around for a while. If it breaks down, which is possible, it's going to trade back and down here into the 30s, and then from there probably bounce out. But you're welcome to keep your eyes peeled on Canopy Growth for that triangle to break, as the weekly chart does look relatively decent, and I kind of like that move. Speaking of, we're also in ACB, and the weekly chart, the volume, the moving averages, those look really good on ACB, Aurora Cannabis. Up 2%, gap down today, got bought up, so overall I kind of like that one as well. Big Lots, very good gap on Big Lots today. I did not trade this one, but this is a perfect gap. Very nice location, wonderful in every way. And yes, it was a retest gap because the white candle gapped up yesterday, but this is one that you've got to try to trade. I mean, I didn't trade it mostly because I was already in some trades. But look at this. If you turn the extended hours off, this is perfect. If you want to get better at retest gaps or gaps in general, print out big lots because this is everything that you could possibly want from a retest gap. You got that nice lower shadow that traps all kinds of people, right? Breaks below the low of the day, takes out a bunch of stops, anyone who got in too early, and it just pulls right into the 10 EMA about 30 minutes after market open. I forget who said that at some point, but they mentioned that look for an S-curve around 30 minutes after market open, interact with the 10 EMA on a bullish retest gap. Anyway, nice lower shadow threw in there on big lots. Then you got a bearish inside candle on the 10, and then you got your bullish candle that says, hey bro, if you want to get in bullish, I'm the guy. That candle was, in fact, let's see, open, close. Yep, close, open, gorgeous candle, nice upper shadow, phenomenal retest. I mean, that is an S-curve from the heavens. I love this lower shadow, the fact that it trapped anyone who got in too early. Entry would have been there, stop would have been right there. Zoof. That was the move on big lots. Fantastic retest. I suggest all of you printing that chart out, putting it on your computer, putting it next to your trading station, however you're looking at trading. That is a wonderful, wonderful trade. Beautiful gap, nice move. That was all the requests that I had for today. If you have any other requests, remember, I'm happy to look at whatever it is that you want me to look at. So get your requests in and let's make magic. The next thing, we're going to knock this out before Monday because on Monday we will have another one, another opportunity to enrich lives. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being a part of Real Life Trading. Thanks for being here. You rock. And until next time, love life, and trade it. Bye.